Hi guys, this is Alan with Bothell STEM Coach, and today I want to talk to you about online tutoring. Now, in-person tutoring is the more traditional tutoring, and there's some cases where in-person tutoring is more important and more helpful. But I want to talk about how online tutoring can be just as good and maybe even better than in-person tutoring in some ways. So the first thing is that the convenience. All you need is a computer and internet connection. A webcam isn't even required. You'll always be able to see me. I'll always have video, but like if the student just feels shy and they don't want to do video, that's totally fine. I have some students who are like that. Um, and so we don't have to worry about when can we meet up. Kids are busy these days. Sometimes they just have an hour free at home, and it's hard for them to get out to go somewhere else. So that can be a lot easier. And rather than have a stranger come to your home when you're not there, like that's not an ideal scenario. They could just pop on here and we can talk from in a comfortable and a safe environment that the student is comfortable with. We can be louder too. Some people like going to the library in person, which is tough because there's limited study rooms to be loud and have conversations. So everyone feels like they have to be kind of quiet in the library. It's kind of hard to whisper. Or we go to Starbucks, which is what I do, so we can be louder, but sometimes it's too loud and distracting. So, there's a lot of being in the comfort of your own home has a big impact on the learning environment. The second is the cost. The cost is a lot cheaper just because I don't have to spend a lot of time traveling and commuting. I'm able to offer it at a lower cost to students. So that's can be a big motivator for some. And the third option I've been doing more recently is if you want, this is totally at your discretion if you choose, but I can record the video sessions as well as all the work that we do and put it up on a private YouTube channel. So that means no one could see it. It would be on YouTube, like you could access YouTube, but only people specifically invited could view the video, okay, to maintain privacy. And that way you or your student can look at those videos at their own leisure, because they're like, well, what did Alan say about that? I don't remember what he was talking about, or how did he do this problem? It made sense when he did it, but now that I'm doing it, it doesn't make sense. You can rewatch the video, and go through it again. Now, obviously, you couldn't interact, but you can, just rewatch everything that we covered. And I'm able to do that. I'm able to just record, just like I make this video and put it on YouTube, except this would not be a public video selection. This would just be just for you and your student to review and go over. So I think some of those are the big things. So the big question is like, how good and how does the online tutoring work? Well, I want to show you how I set up, and this is a setup called BitPaper. A BitPaper is a online whiteboard, which I'm able to draw and do math equations, all kinds of things on here. I'm able to load problems in as images in, like, so if the student has specific homework problems that are online, they can send me a screenshot or whatever, and I'm able to load it onto here. Let me give you an example of one. Let me see. So here was a circuit problem I was working with on a student earlier today. And you can see it has a problem. This is electrical engineering. This is a bit of a complicated problem. But you can see that I can draw on here and I can highlight things. And you can see my cursor as we're doing this. So you connect to this. It's just a web browser. There's not any software to install. It's just a web browser. You can connect onto here. And I can gesture, and you can see everything that I'm writing and everything that I'm doing. And if you need to send me problems, like I said, I can paste in specific problems that you want to cover, or the student wants to cover. It does have integrated video and voice chat, although some people just prefer Skype separately, or Google Hangouts, or Discord, whichever mechanism. I'm flexible on that front, but whichever you want to use, we can do that, and we can. As long as we have some communication, maybe some video, because I tend to gesture a little bit so you can see me. But again, you don't have to have a webcam. And that's kind of how it works. So I think if you're not sure I give a 1 hour free, just sort of we try it out, see if you like it. If it really doesn't work, then in person is better. It's fine, but it can be hard to schedule in person sessions because you got to get off work or you got to be able to take your kid from one place to another, and it just might not be that convenient. So I really push that everyone give this a try. Like it's a pretty it works pretty well. At least more than half of my business is online these days, and it's just such a powerful tool and offers a lot of convenience for the student and you. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to hear from you. Thanks.